Pick Juliet.
Yeah.
I want to make
Good
sure that we can
choice.
both pick. Okay.
Should I pick momentum boots or doesn't matter?
Yeah, I would go probably just go mom boots just so we can have more speed getting around.
Okay.
They won't know what hit them.
I wasn't sure if you
Okay.
wanted me to go like a neutral speed option, like a eject button or something. Yeah. Okay.
All right, so watch this. So dash punch is like a lot of people will play Juliet for a long time thinking that dash punch is something that you're just like raw catching people on the edge, right? They're focused on like looking for when people are on the edge and then they're just trying to raw dash punch them.
Yeah.
The vast majority of the time with good players, they're never going to be like staying in this zone for very long. And they're especially not going to be like running through midfield like this, right? There is, however, two situations that midfielders will always stop and stand right here for a millisecond in. And it's both on offense and in defense. Okay. So there's midfielders that defend in this little corner slot to help their goalie, right? And then there's also midfielders that are trying to feed their core back to their brawler right here,
Right.
while on forward, right? So your job is to recognize when that situation is, turn around, and then dash punch them, right? Because here's the thing, the commonality in both of these situations where they're standing on the edge of the corner, right, is because they are fully focused on the core, and they know if they hit the core in this spot, they're setting up their brawler really well. Or if they hit the corner, or sorry, if they don't hit the core down here, they know that they're going to get this barrier taken, right? So they will go to this edge and they will strike with full focus on winning the strike board. A lot of times, if you're playing Juliet, wait, so let's stand right here really quick.
Yeah.
If you're playing Juliet and the like you hit it down this core down here, right? And then the midfielder, like we'll pretend you're the midfielder.
Yeah.
You're the midfielder, you're going to go and grab it, or
Right.
maybe the goalie makes this clear, like off of the edge, and it starts going right here.
Yeah.
And as the midfielder, you go to grab the core. That's the time where like you can pretend like you're getting a strike board,
Right.
like that. And this midfielder will never see this coming. They will never evade this 100% of
Yeah,
the time.
because they're
You just
not.
pretend like you're getting a
Yeah.
strike board, bang. And the same exact rule applies if you're like on offense too, right? Let's say your midfielder is struggling, is ping ponging right now, right? Because they can't get it past this other midfielder, and you're standing right here on the goalie. You're like, hey, pass me the ball, pass me the ball. Fuck that. Walk up, dash punch. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You really want to focus on the situations in which the midfielder has to interact with the core. That's the only time you should be dash punching to KO. If it's like in midfield like this, and like, so I do this a lot actually to bait lower tier Juliets, especially with mag souls. I'll walk to go get this orb, like I'm pretending like, and I'll proc my mag souls really quickly, and then I'll jiggle like this. And a lot of Juliets will always dash punch just air. A Fish does it off cooldown. Is
Yeah.
because it's just because I know that it's coming, right? I have my full focus on you. I don't give a fuck about the core because even if you hit it, right, my goal is gonna get to it first, or my forward's gonna get to the first. It doesn't matter, right? But when I'm down here in this situation, right, where I'm like fighting, where I know that if I lose the strike board, my barrier goes down. I don't give a fuck about where your position is. I just care about winning the strike board. And then that's the perfect opportunity for you to dash punch me off of the edge while I'm down here trying to take the strike board. Because I'm not going to be thinking about evading. I'm going to be thinking about using my abilities and shit to try to get the core forward.
Right.
Same exact rule applies over here. I'm like, how can I get this board in my brawler? I'll be trying to ping pong through the midfielder, maybe walk out. This is the perfect time for you as the brawler to peel off and go down low. Otherwise, you should basically just be using your kit on the goalie whenever your midfielder sets you up down here in this little edge, right? Whenever your midfielder makes this little play, this is really good for you because you can essentially dash in and cover like all that space that you need, right? But you really want as Juliet, you really want your midfielder to set the offense up for you. You really don't want to set it up for yourself because you have like literally no movement options.
Yeah. I
It's even worse
that.
than Asher.
I understand that. Okay. Well, that makes it a little easier, similar to the thing you told me on Demon Dias. That streamlines my thinking a lot regarding when to go for it. Okay, so in that case, I'll just stop fishing for it in the midfield and just you know force them.
Actually, let me show you a bread and butter real quick. Actually, this was perfect. Let me show you bread and butter. Okay, if you on night market especially, because this map is like Juli's haven right here. If
Yeah.
your midfielder's standing behind you like this, and you're coming back to take this strike war, and like let's say like there's a midfielder right here,
Yeah.
right? Something really good to do is if you win this strike war, just strike it down into this corner, right? Because when you go to strike it down this corner, this goalie's going to go to interact with it. The midfielder's going to go down here to interact with it. A lot of times the goalie will make this clear off of the bumper and into this side corner. And as the midfielder's going back to receive this pass for the goalie, that's your time to go.
Right.
That is super bread and butter. If you just keep funneling it down here, eventually the midfielder's going to have to interact with it along this edge, which is then when you peel off and then dash punch them.
Okay, so I
When they go
think
to strike it.
I think what you're trying, the gist of what you're telling me is like instead of trying to fish for it, where like you know
Yes.
you can just wiggle out of it, force them into a situation where they have to be near the wall and then go for it. Okay.
Exactly. That's perfect. Yep.
Got it. Okay.
Yep. Because fishing for it does not work when you get to like higher level stuff, and you're gonna play against OSAS players who will know to like that Juliets want this, and this jiggle fucks with every
Right,
Juliet.
and then if I just do that, then I have nothing. I'm just sitting here like
yeah,
a
and then
jackass.
you're basically useless for 16 seconds because
Right.
your punch is like the worst ability in the game by itself. You kind of
Right.
need the dash.
Correct.
Yeah, that's all I want to show.
Okay.
That's probably
that's
one of
huge.
the most important parts about
Thank
playing
you.
Juliet.
Like again,
Thank you.
these kind of things are like the most important things for me. Just thinking of changing how I think is more important than anything else than like being able to pull it off or anything. Fair enough. Thank you.
Thank you.
As I said, I'll spend the next 2 days just focusing on just Juli when possible. I mean, I have been kind of only been playing Juli and Centauro, knowing they're my worst characters. You know, just to get better as both of them.
No, that's good.
Yeah.
That's good. You should have a large arsenal. All the really good players in this game, they all can play every player or every character. Maybe with an exception of a few.
Yeah, and I will eventually pick up Kazan, but I was going to save that for after OSAS. I was just going to focus on 4 for now.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
I think Rasmus is really strong with that too. So.
Oh yeah, I haven't dropped Rasmus, but I don't, Rasmus is my strongest character, so I need to focus on the weaker ones first. I'm not saying I don't need to do work on Rasmus, I absolutely do. Absolutely do. But okay, I appreciate it. Thank you. I assume you're going to go play that fighting game now for a bit, and in that case I'm just going to go...
Probably, yeah.
I'm going to go jump into Norms and just mess around for a bit before I go to bed.
Please do.
Alright, thank you. I'll let you guys be at it. I'll let you have your little, secret VC and all that. But thank you.
Are you answering his DMs right now?
I am. I'm popping off for now.
Oh, and do you want me to keep quiet about this, Cezanne? I think he already knows, though. He kind of...
Well, he knows we have the VC. Like...
Okay. I just want to, like, respect your wishes before I say anything to Zahn back about the, this whole situation.
I said, oh, I didn't know. I said, I think it was just locked so that people didn't make noise when they came in. We can move.
All right, I'll move then. I'll do it.
Okay,
first.
go.
I guess now. Oh,
that's right. Both of y'all better get over here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're not going into this alone. Fuck that, bro. Fuck that. Got that down? Drop that body, body. Don't drop that body, body. Don't drop that.
Oh my god.
Holy fucking shit, it's fairy.
What the helly?
What the body? What the body? What the body ante?
What the ante? What's the wawa? I have to pee really bad, actually. I've been holding it in.
What the hell? I was literally getting up to pee myself.
What? Well,
I guess I'll have to wait.
I was playing Mazzy in Grand Blue today.
Wait, Meowsy?
No, Mazzy, the minstrel.
Oh, Maz.
You're a dispersive cat. Holy. Are you playing OSRS? Yet. Does that mean you will be?
Okay, so I'll just do some